Hello, my beautiful gemstones. Welcome to Friday night's live intuitive oracle with myself, Ghostdragonzw, and possibly later on, New England's Art Roadie with his divining pendulum. That's my sigh of relief that I am here with you guys this week. I am chomping on some watermelon. This is the worst watermelon ever. It's not good, but I need to fill my belly. I've been taking the stacked dietary supplements, the diet pills, and then I eat like one meal and one snack. It's meal time. So watermelon it is. So good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming and showing up. And as always, I'm just really happy to be here, really grateful. Been struggling in the shadow phase of the retrograde. This was the worst Mercury retrograde I've ever seen as far as like energetically and just my life in general, watching everyone struggle with all of these horrible things. But it's the storm before the calm for light workers. I don't know what he's doing back there. So Batmom, whoa, we made it. Multifaceted Jules, thank you so much for becoming a member. I didn't even realize. Also, anyone donating behind the scenes to PayPal and Cash App, thank you guys so much. Whether it's $1, $5, it doesn't matter. The fact that you guys would donate your hard-earned money to me, I really do appreciate it, because what's going to come next is me having to get a job outside the house. And with that, my dreams, everything will just fall apart. I won't be able to do this anymore. So hoping and praying for a contract, donations, and just to be able to not have to worry. I think we all have that dream, right? To not have to worry about money ever again. I'm not going to cry. I did enough of that before stream. Get it together, Gemma. Cindy Norris, Mama Cindy Lee, Andrew Gnomes Trucking, Lotus Girl, I know, sweetheart. Okay, Andrew, well, you let us know if you want a timestamp. Josephine Van Dam, the Bat Mom. I already said hi to you. Latro, hey, yo, hey. Mark Halstead, what is up, sweetheart? I think, oh, Miss Candy B. Hello, Cowie, hi. Black Dragon Semper, bye. You guys are the actual and absolute best. Let's bring in the man of the hour. So Ghostdragonzw has been having some really serious issues. And again, I think it's retrograde. With speech, his Tourette's. So he couldn't talk all day yesterday, and he's doing the stream, but he's having a problem. So if he starts stuttering a lot, he may just stop in the middle of a sentence because he can't continue. That's what's going on with him. Sending him lots of love and energy. I'm taking care of him the best that I can from Jersey to Ohio. But just so you guys know, his voice is a little off. He's a lot more stuttery than normal. I told him not to do the stream tonight. I would get like Lara or Blue to replace him, but he is stubborn and must be at my side. So Life with Bobby, welcome. I'm going to bring him in. I want to show you guys the new stone I got that I'm working with, and then we'll move into the readings. You're on mute, so.
There must have been a reason. I live on
Hi, Miss
mute.
Pixie.
Hello, everybody. I'll say my highs as I call names. And then as we go through, I'll sketch people as they come in. Thank you. Have a wonderful night, folks.
Check this stone out, guys. I think I did show it in a little video, but so Septarian stone. It's my favorite stone, Dragon Septarian. I have a whole bunch of it. But look how it's half raw and half tumbled. This stone should go for like $70. I got it at the Sunflower Festival for $23. Dragon Septarian is the stone for confidence in public speaking, for going into crowds, things like that. Willie Rosado. Flash Tourette's when I work on cars and trucks. Yeah, I bet. Not that kind of Tourette's. This is the shaky. There's different, I didn't know this either until I met Steven. There's different types of Tourette's. So there's the cursing Tourette's, and then there's what Ghost Dragon has, which is
the movement form. And then you have people that have tics, which is kind of like what I got, but it's more like tremors. For years, they thought I had Parkinson's, but you can't have Parkinson's at the age of 2. So
yeah. I used to have tics. When someone would talk to me, I'd put my head down and I'd have to count to 10 and my body would shake before I could answer. It didn't matter who it was. I did this for like 5 years, from when I was like 8 until I was like, no, like 3 years, because it was like 8 until I was 11. It didn't matter who you were. If you were talking to me, I'd put my head down and count to 10. And like, I don't know. It was just like a weird thing that I did.
It's
Multifaceted Jules wants to go towards the end. Mark Hall said, yeah, I was just saying, thank you, Life with Bobby. I do love it. What happened was I forgot to put the stream up, and I remembered at like 1 o'clock in the morning last night. So what I do is when I put the stream up, because I never know what date it is anymore. Once RJ starts school on Tuesday, I'll get like back into that groove of like normalcy. But I didn't know what the date was. If it was, so I looked at my computer and it said 8:30. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 31st. I did go back and fix it. So if you refresh, it should be right, but probably not on StreamYard because I fixed it on YouTube. Today is August 30th. It is my little sister, one of my little sisters. So I have 2 older sisters, both half sisters, and 2 younger sisters, both half sisters. There's one that I really can't stand, don't like, think she's a massive B word. And it's her birthday today. She is 31 years old. So happy birthday, Kristen. I love you as a sister. I just hate you as a human being. She's not watching. I just realized Ghost Dragon's birthday is coming up in a couple weeks. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I forgot all about it. Well, I knew it was in September, but I didn't think about it. Like, it didn't like register.
What birthday? Dragons don't have birthdays.
Happy birthday, sister, from Satan. Yes, exactly. Mike J, hi.
Thank you, Mike. I'm not dressed as a tea today. It was a little hard tying a tie.
that mom, that had to have been awkward. All right. As I eat this mushy salted watermelon, who's first?
Bat Mom. Hello, Bat Mom. How are you? Hello, Roger.
Hey, Roger.
How you doing, sir?
Bat Mom, let's do the Shaman's Dream. I hope everyone had a great, fantastic summer, if it's summer where you are. I think for most people in here, it's summer, or just a great last few months. It's been a struggle. The retrograde is taking people out. Please just remember that it will get better. The energy does shift. It does not stay like this forever.
My body is crappy, but my brain is good. I'm in good spirits. You can tell by the way I'm sitting here with you. But then again, I did drive in the middle of the night. I've flown in the middle of the night. I've dealt with fires just to be here.
It is true. It is true. You definitely have been there. It's becoming autumn. Yeah, I'm digging it. I got a baby
Until the leaves
shower.
change, and then she'll have a little bit of problems because she usually does. See, I know her.
I had to burp. Sorry. Roger Blair, today was 64 here, but it's been hot. 2 days ago, we went to Funplex again. It was 90 all day. We went at like 4 o'clock. It was still very warm out. I'm going to a baby shower tomorrow, and I'm wearing this 1950s styled halter, black with white polka dots dress, but with a petticoat underneath. So cute. And I think I'm going to wear this wig.
We got 101 today.
So guys, I'm just going to bring this up really fast. If you can donate, PayPal and Cash App, we're all struggling financially. I don't want to have to give up YouTube and my dream, of the retreat, and nobody's like ordering readings from me since I upped the price, and I get it. But if you can, please donate. I'm really struggling. So yeah. Okay. Miss Batman. Life with Bobby. It's been a rough week. Yeah, for sure. You got Hollow Bone, the card of teachability, card number 28. Teachability, humility, being empty so that the wind of spirit can breathe through you. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you, Batmom, to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You're being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego, eliminate the doer, and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish almost anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think and only 10% of what you think. Trust your own experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy text. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are an insignificant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life and as important as the brightest sun. Thank you, Miss Pixie. You guys are the best, I'm telling you. Okay. I definitely see something coming in, Batmom, that is going to piss you off. Someone has something they want to say. I feel like this can go one of two ways, and how it goes is up to you, right? We're in this retrograde shadow. A lot of people don't believe in the shadow phase. I definitely do. And we're in it until about, I'd say September 7th-ish is when the rest of the energy should kind of stop lingering, flow away. Your initial reaction is going to be to snap. The universe is saying, like, pull yourself back. If you can take one breath, take a step back, and just listen. Don't talk, don't give an opinion, don't snap, don't scream, holler, yell, don't say anything. Just listen. Your mind's going to turn whatever this is into an opportunity. And it's going to be a really, really good one. So I'm trying to think of an example, but there's nothing coming to me. I feel like I'm just going to say it's like a manipulation thing. Like you're thinking like, oh, okay. You want like that's great. And then you turn it in your favor while making everyone else think it was their idea. Whether you think you're capable of doing that or not, you are. And it's not manipulation in a bad way. I feel like this person is trying to hurt and or manipulate you in some way. But if you immediately snap, their guard is going to be up, and then they're going to go and do whatever it was they were going to do anyway, and you're going to have no say. Whereas if you play along and pretend to go along and then flip it, you can do this. You got this. And again, I'm not saying manipulation is a good thing. I'm giving Batmom messages from her own spirit team, from the universe. So, they're telling her to do this. It's for a reason. Girl, Paranormal Pixie, I feel you. I definitely feel you. It's like where I just want to frying pan him sometimes. You know what I'm saying, girl? I did that short about like, how does he not know I'm mad at him? And like, what is he thinking about? And the guy voice is like, I could take a bear in a fight. It's so true. Breathe, baby girl. Musa. Who is next?
Cindy Lee.
I'm trying not to chew with my mouth open. That's why I look funny. Mama Cindy, I'm going to use heal yourself. Yeah. I realized the difference. Like last week I was stuck because it wasn't coming to me because I was so on the spot and like put out about what the difference between a psychic and a psychic knower is. And the difference is energy, right? Like Miss Pixie's a psychic. Being a psychic knower is more about like following and interpreting the energy of a situation as opposed to like knowing full fact, like what is going on, what's happening. Miss Pixie, I got your back. I'll be your alibi. It's Labor Day weekend, so we may be missing some people. I hope not. I hope we have our regular group. It's only Friday, so. Aunt Edna, Darling Deb, Smoochie. Okay. Mama Cindy, you got procrastination. Hello, Divine. Hey, Pancake. Sorry about that. I have no control over that. I don't think it's just you. Kelly Lewis can never get in either. You're not the only one who said that. It stinks because there's literally nothing I can do. And even if I send a link. All right, Mama Cindy, you need to change your tune and stop putting things off to tomorrow that you can do today. You're being called to action. There have been important tasks that you have delayed for too long, even if it's something that you don't want to do, like cleaning the house, paying the bills, looking for a job, losing weight, doing your taxes, studying, etc. Now is the time to take responsibility and move forward. Cindy, the point of power is always in the present. This card is showing you that there is an urgency for you to take action. If you're putting off something that's meaningful to you and doubting whether you can do it, the message is to have courage to face your fears and do what you love. What's the worst thing that can happen? You make a mistake. Even if you do, you'll just learn from it. Oh, Pammy, no. So, all right. Mama Cindy, there's something here that I do feel like you're like, I don't know if I start this, am I going to be able to follow through? And I don't know exactly like what this is, but it's something that you definitely can do. You may struggle with it a little bit in the beginning. This could be something as simple as like speaking your mind to someone, or it could be starting like a new project, or it could literally be anything, honey. Only you will know what it is. And if you don't know now, you know. I hope by now that you will in the next week or two. So this is the universe saying like, you can procrastinate and not do this and keep putting this off forever and a day, right? But then you're never going to know like what could have been. There's something here I feel like you either really, really like want to do, but you're hesitant, or you really, really want to do, but someone else or other people are making you think it's something that you shouldn't be like getting involved with. This is something for you though, Cindy, right? Whether, again, it's something you have to get out and say or something you need to do. The universe is moving you to do this. And I would say in the next couple of months, get started on it. Even if it's like a spring cleaning in, the summer, it doesn't matter. I know, and I'm still not going to. Well, that's fine. Like the card said, like your team is saying, like, that's fine. Keep putting it off. But there is going to come a time where it's like big regret. You will big time regret it if you don't make a move and take action within the next 3 months. So they're actually giving you a time frame, which is strange because they don't normally do that. So that's completely up to you, baby girl.
Okay, I need you to say Josephine's name because she is next.
Okay.
And you know how she is. She doesn't hear you. She doesn't see it in chat, so you got to call her.
Josephine Van Dam. Miss, I'm here. Pancakes, I got you. If you know what, if we can, there's not a lot of people in here. I don't think you'll have to wait too long. Too long, Pammy girl. All right, Mark, I got you. All right, Miss Cindy. I can't wait for Christmas for the memes. I want to put my tags back on because like now I'm friends with like 4 moms. After I went to a birthday party last week, they all think I'm so awesome. One of them even ordered a reading. So I want to put tags back on because they're tagging me in pictures of like the birthday parties and stuff having to do with school. But at the same time, like I'm afraid somebody said something really nasty to me, like made a sexual comment. And I have family on Facebook, right? Like I haven't separated personal from professional yet, Luckily, Mark messaged me and he's like, Gemma, look at your Facebook. And I was like, oh my God. And I got it down within 30 seconds of the guy posting it. And then I had to turn tags off. So I want to put them back
that guy
on.
that sent you that dirty picture.
It's just, it doesn't ever stop. I want to put them on though. I really do have to separate it. Can I tell you what's stopping me? Sheer laziness. It's just laziness. Oh, absolutely, Miss Pixie. Mm-hmm. It was like the filthiest thing you could think of. I was embarrassed. Like my face turned red. Josephine, you got the jellyfish portal, card number 19 in the upright. A deep-dwelling mermaid watches passively as a smack of ice blue jellyfish flutter by, carried by the ocean current. Their brilliant luminosity brings light to an otherwise darkened scene. Divination meaning, go with the flow. You've been fighting and struggling with your present situation without making much progress. It's time to take a page from the jellyfish's book and allow things to take their natural course. Although they have the capability to move independently, jellyfish tend to allow themselves to drift along with the currents of the ocean, trusting the process, not fighting what is. Do the same, and you may even find yourself a more content, relaxed, and peaceable person, even if you wind up somewhere you never expected to be. Josephine, honey, why all the anxiety? Right? Latro, I just love you. Why all the anxiety, Josephine? There's a situation that is making you very anxious and incredibly uncomfortable. And the universe is saying there's really no reason for it. If you look deep down, like into your, psyche, into your consciousness, and you like really, really think about it, Josephine, everything that's happening right now is good for you, for your future. And you're fighting against it because I feel like there's something here or someone that you don't want to let go of. This future that the universe is ushering you towards. I don't know why I always do it. Is what you're meant to be doing. It's like one step closer to your life's journey. Hello, Samantha. Who are you? Someone's daughter? Anyway, you have to let go of the past you before you can be who you were meant to be, right? And I was talking about this last week. You have to say goodbye to the old Josephine without judgment. There's no guilt, shame, regret, without judging her. Just, I love you. It's time to let you go now. And with that comes letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Leave those things with old Josephine and move forward into this bright and beautiful future. You cannot move forward and live your best life, live your truth, however you want to put it, if you still are dragging baggage from the past, because guess what's going to happen? It's going to destroy everything that you try to do. Girl, I know this for an absolute fact. Josephine, please go with the flow. And I know it's hard, but detach yourself from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Be in your power. Learn to say no. If people want to think you're a bitch because you say no, like, you can't borrow my truck to move, let them think that. We've got to get out of the people pleasing. And I say we because I do it too. Samantha Headley, welcome. So good to see another new name. Sorry, guys. It's just a little snack so that I don't get sick. Who's next?
Mr. Mark.
I think he said he had to go for a minute. Mark, are you here? His phone started to update or something.
Oh, hold on.
Divine Empathic, what's up, girl?
Hello, Divine. Hello, folks. Mr. Behold. I didn't see it, so since he didn't answer, because he always answers, go ahead and do Candy B, and then we'll do Mark when she comes back.
All right, cool. Mom, that's a good question. And that other lady, Anne, it was like a battle between me and someone else. And they started streaming at 9:00 on Friday nights, even though I asked them not to. When I broke ties with this person, they started this whole smear campaign, even though they were the ones who wronged me, and I was the one that kept quiet about it. So what happened was I had people like kind of without knowing what was really going on, because I'm not willing to talk about what actually happened yet. They kind of took that person's side. And I think that's what happened. I think that not Shelly, but there are a few people that like I thought I was good with that I lost. Actually, if you look at the screen in the background, it looks like my hair. Okay. That was, I knew it. I said, are you someone's daughter? I knew it. I'm sorry. Who did you say is next, Stephen?
We're going to, if Mark's not back yet, go ahead and do Candy B. Not Cardi B, Candy B.
The first time she came in, I said, he's going to call you Cardi B.
And that's exactly what I did.
Candy B, are you here? I think you still are. Yes, here. Thank you for letting us know. I appreciate that. I'm using the Vampire Oracle. And it's so cool. You've been with us like 3 or 4 weeks. You're coming back. You are a gemstone now, a true gemstone. And we're just messing with you. I hope you don't take offense to that. I actually love Cardi B. And I don't know why she's like raunchy. I'm not saying I like all of her music, but I kind of relate to her in a lot of ways. So it's meant as a compliment and just as a joke. So please don't get offended. So awesome to see you. Hilton, hey. Mark, you'll be next because you were going to be on. So I'm going to read for Candy and then I'll read for you, honey. Good. Okay, I'm glad because, you know, you never know. Some people might take that offensively and Ghost Dragons and I really try very hard, and the gemstones do too, to keep this like a safe space where nobody feels uncomfortable or anything like that. So Primal, connecting deep within, sacred dance and instinct, card number 13. Mel B. You mean the Spice Girl? If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. I never understood that song. I think because they're English, get with like means something different. Because I was like 14 when they came out, and I was like, All right. The vampires speak, Candy. When we move, we say so many things about ourselves. The way we hold our bodies, the way we inhabit them, and the way we speak with our physical selves, we are communicating. Our energy is within our bodies, and it reaches out through us, and we speak through our form. As modern people, we forget this, and we tend to move as though our minds are living a separate life to our bodies. Candy, when we dance, we are asked to become our deeper, older, more animistic self. When dancing is at its best, when dancing is at its worst, it is a messy, embarrassing, self-conscious affair, which says to the world that you find the business of being within a body a less than magnificent gift. Dance is an expression of health, personality, and of your nature, your natural self. There is a difference between when humans dance and when creatures do. When humans dance and when they dance deeply from a place where they are unself-conscious and as if they are unwatched or care not if they are watched, they are deeply, incomparably beautiful. When they dance with their whole souls, they are primal. And when humans often hear that word and let it fall from their lips, they feel that to be primal is simply to be aggressive, to roar and to scream, to be raw and unaffected. Candy, you represent this primal quality for us when you dance, and we enjoy nothing more than seeing you come to life through movement than when you feel through your senses and speak to us through your senses, and when you fail to be trapped and domesticated. The blessing of this card is your body loves movement and is asking you to experience the primal joy of dancing freely, wildly, and with every cell in your body, alight with joy. The curse, you may feel self-conscious when moving or dancing and feel as though you are observing yourself from the outside in, watching and judging yourself. Time to let this go and feel the music in your body. In working with this card, there is a beautiful, untamed part of your soul. Let it stay free and find expression in the world through dance. So this isn't necessarily about dancing. I mean, if you have anything coming up where you would dance, let loose, shake your bonbon. But what this is actually talking about is connecting with your inner you. How do you carry yourself? The power of positive thought, right? Positive thinking and manifestation. Like, if you think something bad about someone, it goes on their energy and it'll stay with them. That's why when people get bullied, they get so bogged down. People say, well, sticks and stones and it can break my bones and words can never hurt me. They actually do. Those words turn into energy that attaches and latches onto that person. That's why when someone tells me, oh, you're a goddess, you look beautiful, slay queen, I'm like, yep. But when someone's like, you're ugly, I go within and I'm just like, oh, I suck. I should quit and quit everything. I feel like you're taking on a lot, or you will be taking on a lot of what other people are thinking. I don't know what this situation is, but like, I feel like you are very self-conscious in a situation. So maybe like you've got to go and do something with your family as a whole, like some birthday party, some holiday. There is some situation coming up in the next month where you are very, you're going to be very nervous and self-conscious. And what this card is saying is you get to decide how it goes. You get to decide. Yes, pancakes, we were. You get to decide how other people are going to see you, right? So you can be confident. I got this. Even if you feel like you don't. Do you think every Friday, like I'm just in a good mood all day and I'm super confident and feeling good and I get on this stream? Like, no, most of the time I'm having personal issues. Very, very good. I'm glad. Candy said I'm actually working on taking back my power and stepping into my true self. Got to go pick up supplies for a property, but I'll be listening. Spice Girl's talking about men trying to get with women, try separating you from your friends like an abuser. Like a lot of the time, like I'll go, like I struggle too. Would you believe that I cried for a full hour before this stream started and just wiped my tears and started up? It happens to everybody, but you get to decide forever, but specifically in some situation in the next month, how you want to be viewed. And the way that you carry yourself, if you carry yourself with confidence, people are going to look at you as someone they can't F with. And in a personal situation that I'm seeing, it is time for you to take your power back. I mean, I, as Gemma, would give you that advice anyway, but your team is like, you are on the right track to doing that. You're thinking the right things. Keep thinking those things. Yes, Candy, keep thinking those positive things. Keep thinking about your power. Keep putting those thoughts onto your energy. And you're going to succeed. You will step into your power. And you need to tell yourself that. I have to look in the mirror all the time and tell myself how awesome I am. I don't believe it 99% of the time. You can ask Ghost Dragons. I'm down on myself constantly. But I do the best I can to try to listen to what he says and listen to the good things that people say, because it can build you up. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. What are you going to take on? The negativity or the positivity? The universe is obviously pushing you towards positive. You have for you specifically, you have a whole different life that I'm seeing that you could be living in. Like there's a person here that is just, they are the reason, like you're not being the true you. You're not living your true life. You're not being true to yourself. Bat Mom, I always give her credit for this because she said it first, but sometimes it's easier to stay. But then you have to get to a point where you don't care what happens next. You just need to step away from this person or these people or whatever this is. Yes, you are. Keep telling yourself that, even in your worst moments, Candy, specifically in your worst moments. There is someone here that if you think this person loves you, I hate saying this, but you're wrong. They love what you do for them. And you deserve a lot more and much better than that. Samantha, girl, I'm leaving. She just hit the nail on the head. She said it all in one sentence. Cheaper to stay. It's true. It's big facts. Black Dragon said, find what makes you happy and screw those who try to take it from you. I'm going to be there soon too,
Okay, next is Mr. Mark.
Mark, I'm going to use Ancestor Spirit. Sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it. That's what I had to do. In the beginning of my YouTube career, I didn't have anyone watching me. I think it took me putting out like 4 videos before anyone even watched my videos. But I just pretended that I was a famous YouTuber. I was at Funplex. I promised my son I'd take him one more time before he goes back to school next week. So it was the only day that it was going to be really nice out was Wednesday. So we went, me, him, and my husband. And I was on the lazy river by myself because they literally make you sit with your butt in the hole of the tube. I found the 1 out of 100. They had one sit down tube that you sit like a seat. I got it. Some little girls like, can we trade? I felt so bad. I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm like, I've been here 4 times and I've been looking for this. I finally got it. So anyway, there are 2 girls in front of me and they're laughing and giggling and they're flirting with one of the lifeguards. And he's like, how old are you girls? And they're like, we just turned 21. And they were talking and I was like, y'all are so young. I'm like, I just turned 41. And the guy's like, you do not look a day over 25. Girl, I felt so good all day. I was like strutting. And I told my son, I'm like, one day we're going to be here and people are going to be like, oh my God, it's Gemma Jade. I have to keep telling myself that. Oh, Candy, thank you so much. I try. I really do. It's my life's mission and I feel like giving up a lot of the time. And then Friday comes and, you know, all right. Sorry about that, Mark, but Mark knows how I am by now. I'm glad. I'm really glad that you came back and that you're a part of the group and it's just really cool. I have almost 5K subs, guys. We're going to be celebrating soon. We're going to celebrate. We celebrated 1. We celebrated 3. We're going to celebrate 5. And then we're not going to celebrate again until 10, which I'm giving myself till my birthday in March. Okay, Mark, you got honor the deities around you, prayers, offerings, and help. Oh, thank you, Roger. Yeah, my oldest son is going to be 25 on October 28th. Mark, the ancestors speak. It's okay to ask for help from the spiritual world. This card has appeared for you because an angel, guide, or other spirit helper is assisting you with a question or a problem. Ground psychically and protect and shield your energy. Then mediate, listen. I can't read today. Meditate, listen, look, feel, and pay attention to what they're trying to say or show you. You may feel drawn to learning about or working with a specific god or goddess. Develop your knowledge and relationship with a deity you feel most connected to. It doesn't have to be an Egyptian god or goddess. It could be a deity from a completely different culture. You may be surprised at who you feel drawn to. You may like to learn how to prepare a ritual or an offering to honor a specific deity. If you already use ritual or prayer to connect with a deity, this is a sign that they want you to work with them more closely. Make time to reconnect with your chosen god, goddess, or spirit's helper today. So, the thing with me being a born-again Christian is like, I don't worship other deities, but I do feel most connected to Hecate. I always have. I don't worship her. But if I need her for something, I will do an offering mix and like burn some herbs and stuff. But Mark, I don't know. Do you work with a deity? I mean, it could even be Jesus, right? The thing here is they're calling out to you like, we want more, right? Pay more attention to us or to me. Whoever this deity is or these deities are that you're working with, they're trying to show you something that you're not seeing. I don't know what it could be about, but I do think it's about obviously like your spiritual advancement and moving on in your life from something. You have grown spiritually so much from just the moment I met you. It's like a year ago, 2 weeks, right? So we've known each other a year and 2 weeks approximately. And you have grown spiritually more than I think anyone else. And that's not a jab at anyone else, but Mark, you have a lot of time and you put the work in. And I always say, I'm so proud of you, right? This is moving into something new, you know? I feel like whichever deity you're most connected with, okay, they want you to do more so that they can do more for you. So I would suggest if you have offering mix or some kind of sage, or if you have herbs and can make an offering mix, these are the kinds of things I sell. I'm just saying, or you can buy them at the store, East meets West, or even at like the grocery store. They'll have a few different herbs that you can burn and, you know, offer it to thank them. They are trying to show you something. It's not anything bad. It's just moving into like the next spiritual phase of your life. They want a little bit more recognition, a little bit more acknowledgement. So instead of being broad about it, be very specific and precise when dealing with them the next time. They will appreciate it if you honor them more, and they'll give you more with that appreciation for honoring them, if that makes sense.
Okay, you ready for the next?
I'm ready.
If Samantha is still here,
She's still
let
here,
us
I'm
know.
sure.
And she is next, and she's a new person.
That is Jules' daughter.
Okay.
Pancakes, you can't help. I'm not going to give your personal business out, but you can't help people like that. They're always going to rip you off. And a lot of times they're good people, but desperate people do desperate things. And you've got to pay more attention to the energy. I'm not blaming you or indicting you. I've done it too. I've been ripped off trying to help someone. Okay, Mark. Try to think of like a specific deity in that group. One of them really wants your attention. Black Dragon, that's funny. When my husband and I ran off, he picked me up from detox. I had the bag from detox with 2 pairs of clothes in it. But I needed to get away from Patterson and my dealers and my drug friends and all that. I just had to move on. And that's how I did it. I was lucky that my husband had brought us a house and we were staying in a fancy hotel. And so, you know what I mean? You know, I've had to start over again with a mattress on the floor and a tiny black and white TV. And you know what? My peace was worth everything. Samantha, you're still here, right, sweetie? I'm shuffling for you right now. I can't imagine her leaving. She came in. That's Jules' daughter. Divine, I'm so proud of you too, your journey. You've been so strong. And I know it hasn't been easy. I can't imagine. And I just, you know, you inspire me. You really do.
Oh, she said she had to go upstairs and check. Jules said she had to go upstairs and check. So are we sure that's the case?
You know what I'm going to do? Her card fell out. I'm going to put Samantha's card on the side. And if she comes back in, I'll read it for her. Otherwise, I'll put it on a timestamp.
Okay. Miss Pixie is next.
Mark, Miss Pixie said, Mark, you can always hit me up if you're needing any assistance in it. Guys, come October, November, I'm going to have an open schedule, but it is going to be something that I charge for. It's a part of my work and my business, but I have set prices, but I'll always work with you. Like, I will never turn anyone away. And a lot of people say that's my problem, but I think that I'm here to do a job, but I'm also here to lead, right? So I'm still finding that balance. But as far as video chats, video readings, I'm going to be open for those again in October, November. Until then, and even up and after that, Miss Pixie, you know, she's very learned, and I would trust her 100%. Good. You know, I feel like we at least deserve that. Who's next? I'm sorry. You're going to have to keep repeating that.
Pixie.
Yes. Samantha is Jules' daughter.
Pixie.
Oh, that's right. I helped a recovering addict when I lived in Florida. Taught her higher, helped get through community college. Oh, that is so... You are so beautiful. I have a heart for addicts. I mean, you guys know why. I help as much as I can. I speak and I try to, you know, give my story. I don't give much of my story about being in addiction. I try to focus on now, like where I'm at, to show them that, like, and literally, if I can do it, anyone can do it. I was 86 pounds and done. You know what I'm saying? Completely lost to the world. Didn't care if I lived or died. And then came my baby, and it changed me. It took that for me, but it doesn't have to take that for everyone. Everyone's going to have a different bottom, All right, Miss Pixie Queen Maeve. That is awesome, Latro. Masters in Applied Math. Yeah, addicts aren't dumb. A lot of us are just sick. We're hurting. I was numbing the visions and the pain, but I was never a dumb person. Sorry, guys. I never pulled this one before. It's a little bit of a long one. Let me take a vape quick. Miss Pixie, heart is bleeding. Be kind and compassionate towards yourself. You have become so invested in an imposing commitment, standard, belief, fear, or self-image that you have forgotten to notice or value how your heart feels, Pixie. First and foremost, tend to your heart. Acknowledge where you are suffering. Be mindful of the way you always feel exhausted, inauthentic, out of your element, or out of alignment with your values. Perhaps you're spending significant time in an environment that doesn't nourish you or around people who don't actually know you or want you to thrive. Or you might be hiding your true personality or preferences, not just from others, but also from yourself. It may also be the case that you need to take some downtime to rest, journal, and become aware of your true feelings and desires. Once you take time to listen to yourself, you may discover that you will benefit from making a major change, such as leaving a relationship, a study program, or career, or perhaps embarking on a brand new path. Or you might want to stay where you are, but to do so authentically, you need to make some changes in how you show up and interact. You could be operating under the assumption that a relationship or life choice will only work if you completely or partially conceal who you are. That assumption is self-defeating, and here's why. If you choose to stay in the situation without making any changes to how you approach it, you will undoubtedly begin to feel drained. On the other hand, you may abruptly leave the situation before you actually know whether or not it's a good match for you. The only solution is to be transparent and to be genuine. Have a potentially uncomfortable conversation. State your needs. Open up and let your true feelings and desires show. Set whatever boundaries feel right to you, and I'm going to add, enforce them and see what happens. Some situations and relationships will be in harmony with you and others won't, but you can't know unless you give yourself the opportunity to find out. Have compassion for yourself. Laura, remember your value. I don't know why I just called you Laura. Take the time you need to reconnect with your heart. Allow your feelings to be what they are without judging them, and then follow your heart's clear direction. So, Lara, I feel like you are holding back in a way. In some situation, and I'm going to use myself as an example, like I always do. I have a situation where when I'm around a certain person, I can't be me. I can't do a funny TikTok out of nowhere. I can't be silly and goofy. I feel like I'm being judged on my clothes and on the choice of my words and just on everything. I was recently with this person and I brought my phone into the bathroom. I was listening to something while I did my makeup and they were like, "Oh, you bring your phone everywhere with you? Go ahead and wipe your butt with it," right? But they said the A word. And I was filming a TikTok in front of them, just a fun little 10-second TikTok. And they were like, "Yeah, go ahead, post it, post your life." So I feel around this person that I need to not be Gemma. I have to always be that other person. And I feel like you're going through something similar. And I feel like you're afraid to state your needs for fear of being rejected. But the fact of the matter is, if someone rejects you or a group or whatever the case may be in your specific situation, if you're rejected because of your being authentic, your authenticity, then that just shows you that that person or those people or that group, that's not what you're meant to be around. That's not your people, right? If it's a situation where you have to be around the person, I'm just going to use your husband as an example. I'm not saying that obviously that your husband is this way, but if it were your husband and you're in that relationship, you can't just be like, "Okay, peace," to a 20-year marriage or whatever the case. You have to find a way to be who you are without that fear of judgment. I'm finding my way in the one relationship I was just talking about, because I can't just get away from this person and I love them very much. So it's hard. I have to find a way to not take their judgment personally and understand that it has to do with their fears, their insecurities, because they aren't strong and powerful enough to be themselves. They want everyone to see them a certain way. Whereas me, I just want to be who I am, and you can take me or leave me, you know? So Pixie, I feel like whatever this is, please stop judging yourself, girl. Stop judging yourself so harshly and stop putting these stop putting these judgments on yourself that you think other people are going to judge you, right? So I had this fear of, when I was around the other moms at birthday parties, that if I talked about what I did for a living, they were going to think I was so weird. Somebody had put this in my head. I'd been conditioned to think that being Gemma Jade on YouTube is so far out that I'm a weirdo. Don't ever talk about it. Don't ever try to make friends. I was there the other day sitting at a table with 5 women, and the subject of what we did for a living came up. One of them happens to be like a person who helps people with their social medias. Like, she helps them grow and gain subscribers. She helps with content, all that. So I started talking about what I do. These women were fascinated by me. They immediately invited me into their group. They gave me their numbers. We're going to be hanging out with the kids. I conditioned myself to think I was going to be other and different, when at the end of the day, I'm unique and special, and they love it. My friend May, the mother of the twins, that one of them was in RJ's class, she's become a very good friend. As a matter of fact, Sunday we're going to Turtleback Zoo with the kids. I went on a little rant, but Laura, I do feel like you're putting this on yourself, or you're allowing someone else who's insecure about themselves to put this on you. In any situation, I feel like if you're just genuinely yourself, the energy is going to clear itself, right? Either people are going to accept you or they aren't. And yeah, rejection hurts, but I feel like you're at a point now where you would understand more, even if it hurts, that just means the friendship wasn't meant to be, or the relationship wasn't meant to be, or the job isn't what you're supposed to have. Paranormal Pixie said, yes and yes, I will hold back so as not to offend. I am the nerd, the geek, paranormal weirdo, and I feel like I have to hold myself to teacher role. Listen, you could be the teacher. You could be the one that inspires, but at the end of the day, like, be yourself too, right? Be the weirdo. Be fabulously strange. Because you are. I am too. We all are. We are the weirdos, mister. I don't say that for no reason, I say it in jest, but it's true, right? You've conditioned yourself to think that you are so far out there that you're not going to be accepted IRL. And I promise you, you're going to, if you're mindful of this in the next couple of weeks, you will find people in real life to hang out with. I went years. I've lived here for 7 years and I haven't made any friends until very, very recently with the other moms. That's why I'm going to do soccer. I'm going to do the PTA. Don't, bye, Miss Cindy. Never be ashamed of who and what you are. And Pixie, you are definitely like, I can't imagine you being insecure. I get it. Like, you're human, but like, you're one of those people that's just so together. I feel like I want to cry, because I feel like if you just put yourself out there a little bit, you will find people, I love IRL, that you connect with. And I feel like there is a group there waiting for you, and they're waiting for you to lead. You are going to be called to lead. Good night, Miss Cindy. Love you. Thank you so much for coming in. We are the misfits of Misfit Island. Please, in the next couple of weeks, if a situation arises where you get to go somewhere, do something, some social aspect, even if it's like something you find online and you're going to go, like Steven, my husband, RJ, and I are all going to Power Unity. Even if it's something like that, like something you can get out and do, even if you go by yourself, which is scary, go by yourself, you will meet someone, you will meet your people. And I feel like the universe is saying now is the time. Because this isolation due to our own judgment on ourselves is not good for our psyche. It really does damper our energy. And you know that. What is somebody? Oh, Cowie said, we are the misfits of Misfit Island. Yes. So multifaceted Jules, I pulled a card for Samantha, but she didn't answer me. Is she here? I put the card to the side for her.
Question should be, is Samantha Headley your daughter? Is what we're trying to find out.
That is her daughter.
You sure?
She said it.
Oh.
Jules, Samantha Headley's your daughter, right? Miss Pixie, you got this. You are beautiful, intelligent, amazing. And trust me, I wouldn't say these things. I just wouldn't say anything. Right? You really are. I admire you. You inspire me. I look up to you. I trust your judgment, your advice, your very sage wisdom. But that doesn't mean you're not human and you don't need... Oh, it's not? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You know what happened was Samantha came in when you were saying, oh, I had to run upstairs and check on Samantha. So I thought, okay, sorry about that, guys. Whoops. Well, Samantha Headley, if you're listening, I have a card for you.
Howie's next.
Jules, I should have known that. Sorry. It just happened that when she came in, you mentioned your daughter. I think...
Hello, good sir. Or person.
Don't get turned off by my eating, guys. I'm just snacking to keep my sugar, you know.
Hey, Howie,
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, they got hurricanes all around them in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah. I hope you're safe, dude. Person.
I wonder why Samantha left. I always wonder that. Like, how did I turn this person off?
They said they were having problems with their phone.
That's
and
right.
They were going to switch phones.
That's right.
Oh, cool. You know you got another one on the way. Be safe, my friend.
Psychic fair canceled due for unforeseen circumstances. All right, Mr. Cowie. Yeah, I can give it to you. Jules, I have like 7 numbers for you. Oh, you got the nebula necklace. I didn't mean in a bad way. Just... Oh, am I back? I thought Blue Crossroads said he was coming in. Howie, this is the card of self-trust. Develop your power from the inside out. One of the most transformational aspects of self is strong self-trust. If you trust your judgment and self, you can operate from a position of strength and stability. Trust your gut. This mythos tells of a young woman abandoned by her birth family but beloved by the gods. As she travels through life, she performs good deeds, some risking her own life, and each time she is given a small stone as repayment. She adds these humble stones to a necklace she wears around her neck to remind her of her own self-worth and to trust herself. One of the gods disguises himself as an old, disheveled man in trouble. The quote-unquote old man was in a bad way. Every other person passed him by as he lay on the road, but not the young woman. She helped him and fed him and gave him shelter. He then revealed himself to his true form and gave her a stone for her necklace. As she added it to the other stones, they all transformed into a necklace of unbelievable value, beauty, and radiance. This is just a reflection of who you are on the inside, he said. She went on to create her own village, her own sovereignty over the lands, and eventually a queendom. The necklace nebula is a stunning nebula that looks just like a sparkling necklace of gemstones, formed in a very violent way. The interaction of 2 dying stars that came too close to one another, with the smaller one being engulfed, created a ring of glowing remnants and bright balls of gas. The ring itself was formed by the immense centrifugal force of the gases being blown outwards. It was only discovered in 2005. Your words of power, I trust myself. So, Howie, I feel like there is a decision to be made here. where you're like going back and forth with it, particularly in the next 2 weeks. I also feel like you could be getting some flack for like helping people, or you may want to help someone, but I feel like there's something like standing in the way. Like you want to help someone, but like you don't want them to take it the wrong way, or you want to help someone, but I'm just going to use this as an example. Like it's an addict or like a bum, and people are going to judge you. Why are you giving your money to, something like that? There's a decision that has to be made here, and you have to stand in your power to make it, right? You have to really trust yourself, trust your instincts. Are they right on? Are they on point? And if they are, whoever doesn't like it, it's not like too bad F them, but it is kind of like, it's not their decision. And it's time for you to stand up to people who are trying to control your actions and control your decisions. And right now I'm just channeling this in. It's like your team is, they don't know, they don't get mad, but they're very revved up about something, like people trying to stop you from being generous, from being your true self, from giving. And, sometimes you give without getting anything in return. And people are judging you for this. This is the universe and your team saying, don't ever stop being who you are. Don't ever stop being generous. Don't ever let someone else's judgment stop you, because your path is that of a light worker. All we do is give and give and give. And sometimes we receive, until we get to a place where we have learned to be in our power and surround ourselves by people who reciprocate our energy. And that could take several lifetimes, right? Cowie, in the next 2 weeks specifically, if you make a decision to do something for somebody, or just an overall decision in general, but I do think it has to do with someone else, don't let anyone give you any poop for it, okay? And if they do, stand up for yourself. And my nose is itching really bad because your team is like very in my face. My ears get red and my nose itches. Don't back out of a deal, an arrangement, or anything like that because of judgment on you by others. Okay, stand firm, keep your promise, keep your vows, and do what feels good in your heart. Do what you know you should do. Life with Bobby, you hear?
Just say that. And Roger Blair, if you want a reading too, let us know. You're the next two folks. Come on down.
Howie, you're so welcome. And Jules, I totally got it. I totally understand.
And Divine, you're coming up too.
Be patient with me, please, guys. I really had a rough week.
$5.
I literally cried up until the 30-second countdown. You guys know the first verse of Eminem's song Beautiful? I'm just so effing depressed. I just can't seem to get out this slump. That was playing in my head. Oh, nice. Cowie says your readings are always so accurate, Gemma. Thank you. You are so welcome. You are awesome, and I'm still very, very jealous that you get to live in Hawaii. Okay, sir. So in a few years, when I'm ready and I do the spiritual retreat down in like Avalon or Wildwood, you come visit, and then you take me home with you so I can visit Hawaii. I'll give you a free week in my retreat. I'm just saying. And any of y'all that want to work as some sort of spiritual something, I'll have Laura there. We can train you guys. Miss Pixie, I know. Yeah, it's hard. I'm sure you understand. It's very hard for me to admit that I'm struggling, particularly when it comes to financially, because I have people in real life who are like, well, get a job. Stop depending on donations and on other people's handouts. And it's like, the donations aren't handouts. I'm working. I'm giving everything I have to this channel, and I am not making much, but I feel like if I keep doing it, I will get there, but I get down sometimes because I do feel like, am I e-begging? Am I Oh, Bat Mom. I'm going to have chefs, but like I prefer to cook. Like I prefer to cook and clean, but this place is going to be so big. I'm going to make sure there's a chef's kitchen. It's going to be great. I love it, Jules. Miss Pixie, though, if it was ever something really serious, I would definitely call you first. Blue Crossroads, where are you? I'm about to text him. Yeah, some people don't understand that YouTube is a full-time job, even though like there's not much return. You have to do it for a while. You have to build a following. It takes forever. And it is very frustrating, you know? But it's my dream and I'm not going to give up on it. Roger Blair, you'll be next, sweetie. So I'm using Dark Goddess. You got the Baba Yaga. I love this card. After this, I am going to run to the bathroom really fast. We're not in any kind of rush. We don't have that many people. My mom stopped coming in, which I'm going to tell her tomorrow that, you know, kind of hurts. She's going through a lot, though. Like, she moved from her own house in with my aunt and uncle. And as soon as she did, within 3 weeks, my aunt and uncle were like, oh, by the way, we're moving. So now my mom had to go stay with my sister. Like it's just, she's going through so much, but I wish she would, you know, allow me to comfort her. Taste testing food. I wish that I've always wanted to be a food critic, but I think I'd be like the nicest food critic. I don't know if it would work for me. All right. Life with Bobby. Baba Yaga. Kelly Lewis, hold that thought. And by the way, thanks for coming in. Nice to see you. So Life with Bobby, this is the card of loss. Lost within a forest dark, borrowing others' light and spark. No need to steal to be seen. Find your way and shine supreme. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection and place blessed be. Every time you steal somebody's thunder, you are taking away their moment that they have earned. Trying to win praise for oneself by preempting someone else's attempts to impress is a completely fake way to receive adulation. The Baba Yaga knows what it is to be without love and understands that you sometimes need to steal the limelight in order to be noticed. However, Baba Yaga does not look kindly on those who have more than they need in life, and she will take from those who don't appreciate what they have. Do you really want Baba Yaga to teach you her hard lesson in understanding loss? Then start to appreciate what really does matter in life. Give praise where it's due and learn to cherish who you are personally. Baba Yaga offers to lead you out of the dark forest that ensnared you for a little bit. Spend time connecting with the forest. You have lost sight of who you are, Bobby. Something that has been lost to you will return. Don't lose faith. Stop trying to seek attention. You aren't using all of your true potential. Something is being hidden from you. Open your eyes. So, that mom, can we like do it together? We could be like a couple. Life with Bobby, I feel like you know what's being hidden. You're just waiting for it to come out. So I'm going to give this crazy example of like, say a wife knows that her husband is cheating. She doesn't have proof. She knows in her heart. But because she doesn't have proof and it's only her intuition, she can ignore it and pretend like it's not happening. Once she's faced with that proof, she can no longer pretend like it's not happening. I feel like that is what's going on with you, or the energy that's coming in for you. Like you already know what's happening, but you're kind of dealing with it by not dealing with it. Can't prove it. So there's a 1.0000000 infinite 0.01% chance that it's not true. And you're holding on to that instead of the 99.999 whatever percent that it is true. It is happening. And Baba Yaga is telling you, like, girl, open your eyes. Open your eyes and say something, do something, remove yourself from the toxicity. You have taken on so much negative energy, negative thoughts, negative words from others, and you never shook them off. You're walking around like this and you don't even realize it, spiritually bogged and weighed down to the point where you can't even stand up straight. And it's because you're allowing yourself to be around a toxic person or toxic people, and you're not confronting them. You're not stepping into your power and saying, I'm not going to effing put up with this. I also feel there is someone in your life, Life with Bobby, who like every time, I have someone like this, every time you have some good news or something good to say, the person has to one up you and like steal your thunder. The universe is saying, get away from these toxic people. Your team is like, you can do and be so much more than you are if you look around, appreciate what you have, count your blessings, face the truth, and confront without being confrontational these people. My father is like that. So I'll be like, you know, my favorite color is green, and he'll jump in and be like, well, don't forget about my favorite color, it's blue. When I speak to him, what he basically says, no matter what I say, is yeah, and then just says what he's talking about has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, because he's in his own head having his own conversation. And it's not because of the drugs. He's always been like this. He only cares about what he has to say. I love him so much. You're dealing with someone like this. If you're not, then someone from your past who is like this is trying to weasel and sneak their way back in. Life with Bobby, you are so much better than all of this. I feel like you have not found your spiritual power yet. Every time I see your energy and I see your name, I see oppressed. It's hard to explain the way that I see it, but I see spiritual oppression, not by entities, thank God, not by entities, but by, how can I put this? By other people's thoughts and opinions and words and actions towards you that you've never dealt with. And I'm not saying you have to face every single little thing that happened to you. You need to get the F away from these people as best you can. And if you can't physically detach, emotionally remove yourself from these relationships. This is why you are very much, not always, but a lot of the time, like feeling depressed and feeling like, you know, nothing is worth it and why even bother and all of these things. And you don't have to feel that way. Guys, I'm just going to run really quick to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, and
I thought I took myself off of there. Sorry.
Okay, Roger, if you're here and you want a reading, please let us know. You're next. And then Divine. Hilton, I don't know if you're still listening. If you're here, let me know. Willie, if you're still here, let me know. Hello, New England. Cool, Roger. Thank you. Kelly Lewis. And then, you know, whoever pops in, because I'm trying Jules and Black Dragon has to be pretty much last. So, okay, New England, I got you, buddy. All right. I hope everybody's having a good week. My week has just been crazy. Didn't start off very good last Saturday. Lost a friend. Then spent about 4 days in the heat working in the sun, which was not a good thing. All day long. Even she yelled at me. Ended up getting heat sickness that made me sicker than a dog. Then found out I had a virus on top of it. So thus tormenting the Tourette's and talking. I'm a lot better than I have been. My brain, like I said, I'm good in spirits, just body wants to argue with me. Thank you, Jules. I hope everybody is having a good week, though, and going to have a good weekend. I should be here, if all is well, tomorrow night for Gemma's replays. Thank you, ladies, very much. I'll make sure Gemma sees those.
Yes. Miss Divine, you have a November reading coming. Jules, your reading's probably coming up too. I'm just pulling names out of a hat. I love you guys so much. I still can't wrap my mind around the concept of memberships. I'm sorry, I just ate those plain chips. But don't worry about it. I do have, with this rebrand, and I am rebranding, same Gemma, same stream, just doing some things differently, more professionally, getting some professionals involved to kind of help move things along for me. I'm going to have a lot of really good content for members. If you're a member and there's anything specific you want to know about, you want me to talk about, let me know and I'll do that member video. NEDR! There's my buddy. Because I do appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. I always think to myself, like, who am I? You know? But that you guys do that for me, that's amazing. Because that's a lot of my pay. I get like $129 a month from YouTube, and it's almost all donations. All right. So I'm done with my chips. I'm done with all my food.
Roger's next.
Jules, I guarantee you that's it. Okay, Sir Roger. I love you ladies so much. Yeah, it's the stacked pills I take in the morning. They keep me covered for most of the day, and I'm not hungry. And then all of a sudden, I'm starving. Normally, I wouldn't snack out. I'd have like a meal, but I'm a little busy, so. Life with Bobby, I'm so sorry. Jules, thank you so much. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Life with Bobby, I know that's hard, particularly when something comes as like a big shock. Just know that you do have friends here, you know, and I think any one of us would give you our number to talk it out. I don't do phone calls, but I will text all day long. All right, Roger, I hope you're listening. You guys are going to hate me, but
he is here.
I need to fix my lips. I went right below my lip. Pancakes, you know, it takes a while. It really does. All right. I see you, Roger. Thank you. As above, so below. Okay. You got the Hydra. Card number 11. And it is the card of regeneration. Gemma Jade. That's what Tennille's husband calls me. Roger, deal with the issue now. Do not allow it to become more complex or worse. Reject gossip. Look for the source of a problem. Go to the beginning to understand the motive. The Hydra of Lerna is a legendary creature whose legacy is recognized today. This infamous multi-headed water serpent's name and powers of regeneration are used in popular culture and in common sayings. To cut something off at the head, or if you don't cut things off at the head, wait, what? Or if you don't cut things off at the head quick enough, two will take its place. Both of these sayings are from the myth of the Hydra. In the second of his 12 labors, Heracles was charged by King Eurystheus under the goddess Hera's control to kill the Hydra. Killing the Hydra would not be easy. The Hydra possessed breath that was a deadly poison. Its odor could knock someone unconscious. And of course, the 6 heads with lethal power could dismember and eat you. If that wasn't enough, if you cut off one of the heads, at least 2 would grow back in its place. Heracles covered his face tightly with cloth and his lion skin to stop the poison and fumes entering his lungs, and shot a flaming arrow into the lair of the monster. He was armed with a long, sharp sickle and his club. The monster appeared and he cut off the head. Immediately, of course, 2 grew in its place, not exactly off to a great start. Heracles had his nephew Iolaus with him, and the young man witnessed in horror the regeneration of the Hydra's head. He had an idea, though, as to how the Hydra's regrowth might be stopped, an idea possibly planted by Athena, who loves heroes. Iolaus took a flaming torch and told Heracles that if he cut off the head, he would quickly cauterize the stump with the flames. Perhaps this would work. So with great force, Heracles cut off a head, and Iolaus used the torch. Flames rising from the Hydra's body, it seemed to be working. And then Hera, realizing that perhaps the 2 heroes would be triumphant, sent a giant crab to attack them. By the way, this giant crab is, Divine, hold that thought, is the Cancer. It's a crab of Cancer. I don't remember its name. Heracles swung his club and smashed its shell and stepped heavily upon it, neutralizing it. Soon there was only 1 head left, and with the golden sword gifted to him by Athena, Heracles swung hard and removed the last Hydra head. He placed the head still alive between two huge rocks on the sacred way between Lerna and Elauis. There he collected some of the Hydra's poisonous blood to use as a weapon in the future. With the king, while the king recognized that Heracles did indeed conquer the Hydra, he imposed another 2 labors upon him. The original labors were 10 because he had assistance from his nephew, and the idea of using the torch to cauterize was not his own. Hera was sad that her creature had been killed and raised it up into the sky as the constellation Hydra to shine in immortality. Your plant companion is Lantana, and your crystal companion is Kyanite. Roger, I would specifically say black Kyanite. I use blue a lot, but black Kyanite I think would work. So divine empathic, that is one thing I am working on. A lot more lives and members only lives. Ghostdragonzw and I, we're going to be doing a girl talk with Arisha, Tennille. Any one of you ladies that want to come on, we're going to do like 4 or 5 people at a time. That's going to be members only. There's a lot coming. You guys have put up with me in Patreon and memberships for long enough, not getting anything. And I am going to come through. I just need a little bit more time. Divine empathic. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can set up like a video call or something like that. You could pay me in tarot readings. I like to barter. Roger, you are not facing the facts, dude. Like, I feel like there's so much going on that you could be, or this could be happening in the next couple of weeks where there's like overwhelm, where you were trying to handle something, trying to deal with it, but it just kept getting more and more. And you're just like, finally, like, I'm not dealing anymore. I can't deal anymore. This is the universe saying, honey, you have to take care of whatever this is now. Oh, Roger, I'm not done yet, hon. You have to take care of whatever this is now. I feel like there are people that, because you haven't said anything, you've been letting people slide. You've been letting stuff go because you're just nice, right? Whether you're doing it on purpose, being nice, you're just like, whatever, oh, that sucked. The fact of the matter is now people are looking at you like they can just do whatever. I feel like you really need to, whether it's in work, in relationships, friendships, with family, kinships, you really have to stand up for yourself. You have to be in your power, because I feel like something really bad could happen. Like, for example, if you get ripped off by somebody, like they steal your credit card or something, you just let it go and they apologize and you're like, okay, no problem. And then you let them spend the night with you and they like rob your whole house and like tie you up, right? That's a little dramatic, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever this is that's bothering you that someone did, whatever the situation is happening around you, you are being called to take care of it. It will get a million times worse if you don't step in. Now, this could also, you're so welcome, sweetie. This could also be like someone else's issue that you're noticing, and you're like, okay, I should probably do something about this, but then you're like, I don't know if I should get involved. This is the universe saying, get involved. It's up to you to take a stand for what and or whoever this is. Oh, Hercules. Well, that was Heracles, but Hercules is in this deck too. Jules. Jules, you are my people for sure. Let's summon Smoochie. Smoochy girl. Smoochy girl. Smoochy girl. Aunt Edna. Aunt Edna. Aunt Edna, where's Blue Crossroads? I was just talking to him before stream. He didn't say he wasn't coming in. I'm going to give him a bop. Who's next?
Divine. I didn't mean to back out. I hit a button.
Oh, I just thought maybe you were coughing or something. Divine, I really wanted to use Fairy Forest, but Goddess Power it is. No, you're not blocked, Pancakes. That's got to be RJ on Ray's phone. So New England Dirt Roadie is ready with his divining pendulum. If you ask him yes, no questions, he will give you the answer from spirit. Trustworthy, reliable answers. He has not been wrong yet because it's not him. I don't know. Jules is right here. Aunt Edna's not here. I was saying we need to summon her. I think she does mean you, Jules. Pam, I just think you're having issues, honey, because if you were blocked, like you'd have to be blocked completely. The people in chat can't just specifically block people, like they'd have to block you completely from chat. It's just Aunt Edna's usually here. Yeah, something that's on you because she can't block you from my stream. I mean, she can because she's a moderator, but if she blocked you, nobody would be able to see you. Yeah, Ghost Dragons. I was just thinking. Can you guys? I'm so sorry. Can you just give me 1 second? The only reason my phone would ding is for my parents or my kids. So I just want to make sure. It was Damien. Dang it. Jules, I want to send you a text, but I don't know which number is yours. All right, I'm going to try this one. Jules, let me know if you got a text from me. Hey, baby, I'm streaming right now, but I got you. Love you. All right, sorry about that. Divine. I had to think for a minute. Because I know my phone only dings for my kids and my parents, so. Oh, no. Spiritual stalker. Anyone know anyone named Bill who passed? New England already. I was just saying I had a bowl of watermelon I was eating, and I'm like, ew, it's like mushy. I had to put salt on it. Okay, Jules, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad to know, so I can delete the other number now. All right. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Danu, the card of assurance. Divine. Oh my gosh, New England already. I love cherries. And it is in the upright. Empowerment message. The appearance of the Celtic earth goddess Danu, who gave birth to magic, portends the fulfillment of your desires and the fruition of your dreams. Whatever it is that you're inquiring about, Danu gives her assurance that you're in the process of becoming. Now is the time to trust that whatever you have planted, planned, and worked toward is being lovingly birthed. All you need to do is stay with the flow of events and be ready for your next opportunity. Everything has its perfect season, and yours is coming. Just as fallow ground carries the promise of new life that appears again in the spring, as if magically bidden from the invisible to the visible, Danu offers her promise of grounded assurance. So yeah, this is, you were just saying like you had to start from scratch. And you and I have personally talked about that before. And that's why I would say like I'm incredibly proud of you. Like you did it, right? And you stayed the course, even though it was really hard. Dude, come on. It's okay. I'm only kidding. There is an opportunity coming in for you, I would say in the next month or so, where I feel like you are going to take it. You are in the flow. Like, you know, it's the right thing to do, but it's going to be a little bit, I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like it's jarring. There's something about it that might be like, you can't believe it. That like whatever this is finally happening for you or to you. It's kind of like when Dave Schrader asked me, or when Dave Schrader reached back out to me and said he really wanted to interview me. For me, that was such a huge deal. And I was like, it was like almost too good to be true. I almost didn't want to do the interview because I was so nervous that I would look like an idiot, right? Because he's someone I admire. He's in the same position I want to someday be in once I have $1,500 a month to pay an agent. I feel like it's something like that. It's an amazing opportunity. You definitely need to take it. I see you taking it, staying in the flow, but I feel like it's making you like very nervous. The universe is telling you with Daniel that you are meant to have these opportunities. You're meant to take them. You are meant to do big things very boldly. And you know where you want to go. You know what you want, and you're seeking it out. So when it comes to you in the next couple of months, make sure that you see it for what it is. It is a earned opportunity. This just didn't fall in your lap. Remind yourself how hard you've worked, and don't be afraid of moving on to bigger and better things. Or I can't even say moving into bigger and better things. You are right where you're supposed to be, sweetie. This is an amazing, amazing card of assurance that you are where you are.
Okay. Pammy's next.
All right, Miss Pammy, I'm going to use the Wonderland Oracle. Jules, I'm like, I've got it. Ghost Dragons messaged me privately, and I was like, I got to message Jules. He was like, I don't know. It's like, you got to do something. Oh, I love you guys so much. Oh, Kelly, hey girl, I'm sorry. I don't know if I welcomed you. I know I had responded to your comment, but definitely welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got in. Please don't go anywhere until you get your reading if you want one. I love the name Kelly. Heather didn't stop in either, but she usually comes in a little later. All right, Miss Pam, let's see what you got. Mortality, card number 42. In the upright, life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. You're so welcome. Thank you guys for coming in. If you guys didn't come in, could you imagine? It would just be me and Steven sitting here. A lot more lives coming your way, guys. And as soon as I hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm going to be doing mediumship readings as well as like $1 for a card type deal over there. This is going to stay the same. But over there, I've got big plans for over there because it's easier to move on TikTok than it is on YouTube. Nice. Keep us posted. Keep me posted, please. Pam, if that there king was to wake, added Tweedledum, you'd go out, bang, just like a candle. I shouldn't, Alice exclaimed indignantly. Pam, life is, as Tweedledum points out, a strange thing where we can go out in just a moment. None of us knows how long we have, and no matter what we believe or tell ourselves, we are all mortal in this form. This lifetime is just one brief, bright jewel. Alice denies it, but it is the truth. We're all mortal, and we will all pass on. We must know this so we can hold on to the precious gift that is this existence. When this card comes to you, it doesn't mean you're about to die. It's not a card of death, but a reminder of the beauty and the fragility of this existence. It urges us all to take this life and make it as beautiful, as meaningful, and as full of adventure as we can. Too many of us live as if this life is a burden, awaiting another lifetime. Divine, thank you so much, sweetie. Or a heaven, which will save us from the difficulties and challenges of being mortal. Instead of living as if there's forever or a better place to go, or as if other lifetimes or existence in the afterlife will be better, live like this life is all you have. Pam, live like this is the very best you can ever experience. Live like this is the greatest blessing, the most treasured gift you could ever have been given. Life like this life is heaven, and your very existence is a miracle of creation because we can and we will go out like a candle someday. And when that takes place, the only true measure of a soul is what we did here with this priceless gift of human life. Divination, appreciation of existence, relishing being alive, making the most of every moment, accepting mortality in ourselves and in others, living in the present, feeling joy at being alive. Pam, I feel like there's like your team is like you're like wasting your life in one area. I'm not saying like you're a waste of life or anything like that, but there is some area of your life that you are. I just feel like you're not focused on like expounding. You're not focused on like what comes next. Your life is kind of the way that I'm seeing it, chaotic, a lot of turmoil. And I know that from speaking to you personally. So this is not a judgment. This is not an indictment. I know I was just going to say, you lost somebody that threw a huge wrench in the works. But the fact of the matter is, Pam Cakes, you're still here, baby girl, and you matter. You feel like you don't matter because your brother passed. And maybe you don't have anyone. I have nobody and nothing. I'm being group stalked. Okay, but you have to take a stand for yourself. What if you saw someone else? What if you saw me? What if we were neighbors and you saw me going through what you're going through? Would you help? Knowing me, Gemma Jade lives next door to you, and Gemma Jade is suffering the way you're suffering. You would help, wouldn't you? I think you would. Why won't you help yourself that way? And that's a rhetorical question. I'm not trying to get you to air everything out. You and I both know that I know a little bit of what's going on. Pam, you have to take a stand for yourself. Nobody else is going to do that. And your brother is with you. And your brother, I'm seeing him like saddened. And I don't want to hurt you. I've never, like, you know me. I have to pass the messages on. He's very upset at one area, not your whole life, not you, just one thing that you're doing that he's like, stop, just stop, take a stand. Help yourself the way you would someone else. You are so bright and beautiful. If you don't think that you're worthy, nobody else will. Bat mom for the win. As always. You have these little gems that you just pop out, but they're profound in their simplicity, right? Pam, I know you think you have no one, but you have a whole tribe behind you. Reach out to one of us. No, we can't help. Maybe we can't help with money, and maybe we can't help because like with physicality, but we can help in some small way, I'm sure. Just a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen. You're losing your mind. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. I love you. I love that you're, this crazy old woman who I just adore. But you are slowly killing yourself in some way. I don't know what it is. If it's just like the loneliness or if you have some sort of addiction or something going on. Batman, watch out. It's trademarked. Pam, you are going to die. that came out really wrong. You're going to die. You're going to die someday. And when you do, you're going to have a life review. Everyone has one. Don't care if you guys believe me. You don't have to. I still love and accept you. What are you going to look back on? Right? You got a chippy. My dad calls it a chippy. I got a chippy on my shoulder. I used to have it. So you can't say that it's impossible. I would use rainwater if I couldn't, because we had no running water in the house I lived in. Cat bowl water. I watched my uncle use toilet water to shoot one time. It's desperation. I don't know if I'm not saying that's what you're like, that's your drug of choice. What I'm saying is, regardless of what it is, you can get out of it, right? You don't think you can, but you've got to make calls. You got to get online. Do everything that you would do for me, for the person you love most in the world. What if your brother were still here and he were suffering like you are? You would do everything you could for him. Stop beating yourself up. Stop hating yourself. I have a heart for addicts. It doesn't matter if it's bad or not. I don't believe drugs should be illegal. I have videos on this. I had to put them private, but I've done videos on this. But the fact of the matter is they are. So you're never going to be able to live your life to the fullest while you're on them, because it's just trouble, unfortunately. Pam, that was your reading, but as your friend, I want to see you get better. I was shocked when I spoke to you, it has to be like a year now, and you told me everything that was going on with you. I cried. Please love yourself enough to do something about it, because again, even if it's just a small habit, unless it's marijuana, it's still illegal and you can still get in a lot of trouble. I believe people should be able to why is the government allowed to tell its citizens what they can and cannot put in their bodies? And the time will come where opiates in that form are legalized, the gang war stops, prostitution stops, the unemployment, like all of that will come, but we won't see it in our lifetime. Please do for yourself what you would do for someone else. I love you so much, and I don't want you to be next. I've lost 27 people in the 7 years, or I'm sorry, in the almost 6 years that I've been clean. 2 of them were to cancer. The rest were to overdoses. Damien's father, my best friend since I was 12 years old. Call me Mr. Flintstone. He used to come in here. Billy. They died within 4 months of one another of overdoses. Poor Billy died in an Ohio hotel room alone with nobody around. I love you too. I'm sorry, guys. When it comes to addiction, I take it personal because I know my dad's next. Okay, Miss Jules, thank you. Thank you for that. This is why, I love you guys so much. Look at this group, so willing to help one another. I want us all to help ourselves that way too, myself included. I'm no exception to any of these rules. I am so imperfect. Who's next?
Ellie Lewis. And check private.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Miss Kelly, we're going to use Fairy Forest. I've got a secret. Don't tell a soul. Ohio. That's so Ohio. We are planning Power Unity. It's going to be so awesome. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see you, Ghost, in person. I'm sure RJ is going to get a kick out of it. He hasn't seen you in a couple years.
Yeah, last time he saw me was on Sunday.
Yeah. He doesn't remember. He has a vague memory of it. Oh, right. Miss Kelly. You're right there, Pam. Wow, only 13 people. I wonder I guess the holiday weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
Yeah. The Unseelie Queen. Glamour, opulence, and hubris. Card number 20. You are Athena, goddess in the arena. Kelly. The words can cut so deep, and those in power can be cruel. They have resources and display their status with pride. They seem to lack all compassion and to care only for how they appear and how much they can control others. Because of their glamour, their wealth, their pride, they seem to hold all of the power in this situation. Therefore, at this time, your self-esteem may have been substantially damaged. There may be harsh words being spoken about or to you, and slowly over time, the toxic moments you have woven together and cast a cloak of bitterness over your once hopeful heart. You may feel wounded, resentful, and or helpless. You may fear that if you confront this, you will be harmed, hurt, disempowered, blamed, or weakened. But, Kelly, you must honor your own point of view, value your side of the story, and take necessary steps to protect yourself. You can prevail as long as you approach the situation with the belief that you utterly deserve respect and with self-love. The Unseelie Queen is invested in how things look. She can manipulate public opinion and make others feel very insecure and unstable. Take this card to mean that you have a great challenge ahead of you to restore your own self-love and to become less vulnerable by those who seek to hurt and distort, to unapologetically present your case. You are a good person, Kelly, and you are strong too. Don't let yourself be harmed any longer. You may need to consider leaving an abusive relationship, be open to counseling from a trusted professional, and work on rebuilding your own confidence to where it once was, shining and true. You can do this and return from the abyss where you dwell now. So we're talking about something that we were just discussing. Kelly, I don't know what the situation is, but you need to run, not walk to the exit. You must pass go, or do not pass go. Do not collect $200, girl. You need to get out of this. It could be something with your job, with family. It could be an abusive romantic relationship, but someone here is so toxic. So toxic. And you have been disempowered, whether you realize it or not. This is the universe. You definitely are, Jules. This is the universe telling you, Kelly, that you're worth more than what you're accepting. It's like you're so used to whatever this is now, like whoever this is treating you this way, like, or being in these situations, that you've kind of just taken it on as like, this is a part of my life now. And the universe, your team is not having it. Like, you have to move forward. You are never going to get anywhere. You're not going to accomplish your dreams. So Bat Mom, it's Pam, but she had to change her name. She had a couple different accounts. It is Pam Smith. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a headache because there's a lot of really toxic energy around you, Kelly. And you're very like used, like, I feel like you feel like this is who you are. You're used to it. This is life. That's that. And I get it, girl. You don't know how much I can relate to that. Emotionally detaching and being like, okay, I'm just not going to pay attention to this. I'm going to work on me. And the universe is saying, that's great. Make sure you are working on you. Because if you're working on yourself spiritually, you will eventually get to the point where you rise to a vibration that is so above this toxicity, you are going to just walk away. Do you live with your mom? If not, it's time for ghosting. It's hard. You're so used to the dynamic, but this person has purposefully manipulated you and taken your power away. You don't have to accept this, whether it's your mother or not. Energy is reciprocated in kind. It's reciprocity, right? So what you put out, you should get back. And if you don't, you need to walk away from who and or whatever that is. That's a universal law. If it's not being reciprocated, leave. Because then what happens is you're giving all this good energy, good energy, good energy. Then you're getting bad energy, negativity, poop, all this poop and gross. I want to curse, but I'm not gonna. And then you take that and transmute it, and you become angry yourself. And then you're giving. This is very toxic, Kelly. And I know it's easier said than done. A lot of us, most of us have been there. This is not me, Gemma, giving you advice, right? You came here to speak to your team. Your team is telling you it may not be time to completely detach yet, but keep working on yourself. Keep growing spiritually, emotionally detached to the best of your ability. Don't take her calls. If you live with her, slowly emotionally detached. Speak only in fact. Don't share any bad things. Don't share any good things. If they try to confront you about something, you just tell them, that is not how I remember it. If you need to repeat yourself, that is not how I remember it. Give them back what they give you. Don't accept the toxicity. It's hard, but now that it's in your head, you're going to start learning it. Your team is going to start working with you in a spiritual sense where you get their essence, and you're going to eventually be able to move on. Just remember that it's her. She is the problem. I see her as this swirl of toxicity, negative, gross. Like, I can literally smell it. I know it may be really hard because it's your mom. But the fact of the matter is, sometimes our parents are just here to put us on earth. I got very fortunate. I have two amazing parents that I'm very, very close with. I'm a mama's girl. I'm daddy's girl as well. But not everyone has that. You need to start emotionally pulling yourself away. Only speaking facts. Don't share. They will take down any celebration or any happy news, and they will regurgitate anything bad. They're not going to have sympathy for you, so why bother? They're not going to be happy for you, so why bother? Have no expectation of this person. None. It's heartbreaking. When I like wake up on my birthday and I know that it's not even going to be acknowledged, I may get a happy birthday, but that's it. Or like on Christmas, like forget it. We're not, I'm the only one celebrating, you get used to it. But the universe is saying that's no way to live. So get used to it. Keep working with it, keep working in it, keep detaching, and eventually you're going to get to the point where you're like, I'm not dealing with this poop anymore. Girl, bye. Boy, bye. Bye. Talk to your guides, talk to your team. Tell them to come in and help you do this. It may be strange. Do it when no one's listening. No one will know. Call them in, call your team in. Just be like, I'm helpless and hopeless and hurting right now. I need my spirit team to come and to help me make these decisions. I give all of my decisions to you today. Please help me gain a better understanding of my spiritual nature so I can handle and deal with and eventually detach from this toxicity. Kelly, I will send you love and light and prayers.
Okay. Jules, you're next.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on the Gemma Jade show. I'm using heal yourself. You're so welcome, Kelly. No worries. Please be careful and love yourself. You're beautiful. Good. Thank you for reminding me. Where is Blue? I'm only wondering because I spoke to him seconds before stream and he didn't say anything about not coming in. It's okay. A lot of people that happens. I respond. I've been called worse, girl. You got the card of alchemy, card number 25. I love this deck. I don't use it enough. The path you are on is about to go through a very powerful transformation. Nothing now is how it seems. You have an opportunity to take a big leap in your level of consciousness. It is extremely important that you focus on letting go of any negativity and beliefs that no longer serve you. You have access to the energy of alchemy, which can transform the most challenging experiences into incredible gifts and miracles. Meditate and take action on your highest goals and dreams. They are on their way to becoming true. Let go of your expectations. What is about to appear can surpass anything you've dreamed of. The most important part is that you are prepared and ready to receive. The energy around you is very potent at the moment, so make sure that you are using this time as productively as possible. Give yourself time for prayer, gratitude, and celebration. Jules, this is a great card. There's a wish or a dream or a hope that is coming to fruition. It's coming to being I would say in the next 2-3 months. Being grateful, being positive, you are in a really good space, whether you understand that or know that or not, spiritually, to receive this. And once it happens, the universe is saying, like, allow it to happen. Don't self-sabotage. Don't ask why, right? Ask how. How can I keep this going? How can I accept this? How can I do better? And I feel like you already do that. You have such a high energetic imprint, I would say, or vibration. This is the universe rewarding you for all of the hard work you've put in, for all the poop you've been through. It's the moment most of us are waiting for is coming into you in the next 3 months, sometime in the fall. And it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be different. It's going to be scary, but it's a unique experience. If you expect it to happen in a certain way, let that expectation go, because you will never be able to guess how this is going to come in. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be like toxicity and problems, and then all of a sudden you're just going with the flow, and bam, the problems are gone, the toxicity melts away, and you are in this higher level. You have accomplished something you've been trying to accomplish for a long time by taking leaps of faith. It could be something physical. Miss Lara, what did you have to eat? But you have a very huge blessing coming, so keep counting the ones around you, like I know you are. Life is good these days, and you know what? That is all the universe wants to hear, is appreciation for every breath you take.
Okay. Well, do you want to go ahead and do Black Dragon, or do you want to do some of these timestamps?
We'll do Black Dragon, then I'll start the timestamps.
Okay.
Oh, Black Dragon, I'm going to use Shadow and Light. Who do we timestamp so far? Just Lotus?
You're going to do KC?
Lotus and KC, yeah.
And that's it. Unless you're going to do that Samantha girl.
No, she left.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, you're good.
She's not like a gemstone. Do you know what I mean? If it was like Jules that came in for a reading and suddenly was gone, I'd timestamp her because I'd know something happened that she wasn't here. But just one person that comes in once, I probably did something to turn her off. I do it all the time. I'm not for everyone. I am so very blessed and thankful for all my life and God has bestowed on me. Jules, yes. And you know what? I feel that I just spit all over my computer. I feel that on your energy. So I know you're not just saying that. And I actually envy you that you can feel that way. You know, I'm getting there. You guys teach me just as much as I teach you. And I got through the witch school. I gained all that knowledge and I just can't wait to put it into practice. You are going to have this amazing opportunity. Your life is just going to elevate. And I feel like it's going to be somewhat unbelievable. But if you stay in this amazingly beautiful energy that you're in, it's going to be cool. All right. Black Dragon. Card number 5, out trick or treating. We're here. Card number 5. Laura, what'd you have for dinner, baby? I'm making shake and bake pork chops tomorrow. Black Dragon, knock, knock. They're here at your door, front or back, or at a window dressed in black. Appear 4 little ones if you include the little jack-o'-lantern. Ooh, that sounds so good. They may look scary, but take some time to discover what they have bubbling away in that cauldron. It could be wonderful, and yet you may be fearful that it's woeful. It's going to take courage to find out the truth. But if you do find that courage, you'll discover that you need not be scared by the appearance of death. He's just here to help you change. And Jack-o'-lantern is here to help you light up something you've been hiding from. The little witch, with her apprentice, they are ready to help you understand the depth of your magic. That's magic with a K, so don't be afraid. The trick-or-treaters speak to you. We may look dark and scary to some, but truly we are also fun and peace-loving magical ones. Don't judge everyone by appearance. Instead, understand what lies beneath and discover what it is they want, and then feel out for any strings attached. We want you to exercise your feelings and your clairsentience, the ability to know and not to rely upon appearance for your signals. Then we would like you to meet with us so we can share our experiences with you and hear more of your story too. Divination message. It's up to you now to decide whether you're going to take the time to discover what something is really all about or simply judge it based on how it appears to be at first glance. The trick-or-treaters help you see through conditioning and old thought patterns, and as they do this, they may reveal to you a world of more wonder than you ever thought possible. And all you need, Black Dragon, is courage. Jules, do you make your pancakes in the bacon grease? I don't, because RJ wouldn't like them, but if I made them for myself, so good. Because pre-cooked bacon is like $13 for 10 slices. Okay. Black Dragon, there is something that you're judging like a book by its cover, and it may not be happening yet, but I do feel like you're going to receive this offer, this very rare opportunity, and it doesn't sound so good. So I feel like you need to really take some time to think about it. It is going to be like you're going to have to make some changes. The universe is like, if you don't want to accept it, that's fine. But it is something that's going to elevate you to this like higher level and bring in either someone or something new. It's like what you've been looking for a while in your heart's desire. But the problem is it's not coming as you expect. So like the universe told Jules, like, don't have an expectation because it's going to be different from your like wildest dreams. Black Dragons, you have an opportunity here to change your life for the better, whether that's bringing in love or letting go of, toxicity, or a new friend or an old friend coming back in. I'm seeing a lot of forgiveness, kindness. I feel like that's what it could be, like someone coming in to make an amends and like they actually mean it. But at first glance, you're like, F this person, they screwed me over. It could end up being really good for you to accept their apology and offer forgiveness. I feel like this is it. Like this is something like from your past, like catching up with you, you making peace with it, and then being able to finally move forward because you don't even realize that this is holding you back, and you're not going to until it happens. Then you're going to be like, wow, I feel so much lighter. I didn't even know I was carrying this. Who's next?
Well, you want to go ahead and do Lotus and KC?
And Blue. I'm going to do Blue. I'm a little worried because, like I said, I was just talking to him. Guys, please don't forget, if you can, donate. My PayPal, my Cash App. I am really struggling, just like I know everyone else is. And I want to be able to keep living my dream and keep the channel going. And it's been like really depressing me. Normally I'm not like this financially like involved, but please, if you can, I really would appreciate it. And those of you who do donate because you can, I know how hard it is. I appreciate every penny. And those of you who just can't, I love you guys just as much. I don't judge. I don't treat people any differently, but I am struggling a little bit. So I feel responsible for everything, yet in control of nothing. All right, Miss Lotus Girl, I'm using the Halloween Oracle. Jarvis, if you want a reading, let us know because we're doing timestamps. Are you out yet? Have you broken free? Lotus, you got the card of midnight, the most magical hour of all. I don't want to be here all night, but I would like to do a card for Porky as well, for Harold. So Lotus, Casey, Harold, and Blue. Lotus, the dark it envelopes me. The witching hour awaits. True magic and enchantment and spells that will change fates. Yes, I bet you're counting the hours, man. Oh, I've been praying for you, sweetie. I adore you. You've been with me for so long. So many of you have. The middle of the night, Lotus, midnight, is the hour in which it's believed that ghosts, witches, ghouls, and magic are most likely to be active. Transition times such as noon, the time between tides, or even dark moon are traditionally powerful times for magical transformations. In some Christian traditions, the witching hour is seen as 3 a.m. because it is the opposite to the time that Jesus is said to have died, which was 3 p.m. But there is some consensus that midnight is the time of greatest magic, particularly around Halloween. As soon as the clock strikes midnight on Halloween, it is said that the spirits flow forward through the veil and, if benevolent, bring positive messages. If not so benevolent, they are mischievous and play tricks at best, or at worst cause havoc. Lotus, allow yourself to relax into the benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel that this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know too that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light, and this isn't something to hide from. So, sweet dreams, Cam Cakes. It's so funny. I started calling her Pam Cakes, and now she like latched onto it. I absolutely love that. Lotus, you know that this is probably the worst time of your life. The hardest time of your life right now, with just like one thing after another. And I keep telling you it's going to change, but it's been years and it really hasn't. This is the universe backing me up, right? Please just keep doing what you're doing. I do see you, like, I tell you this all the time. I tell you in personals, I tell you privately, we speak almost every day. You have to take time for you. Like, it's great caring for your husband and caring for everyone around you, but you are running yourself rampant. Your ulcers are bleeding. You are sick all the time. You're falling asleep standing up. You are going to, if you don't take time for your wellness, you will be forced to take time for your illness. Tennille, this is the universe saying, yes, right now there is a lot of negativity and toxicity and bad things happening, but please take care of yourself. Transformation, the dawn is coming in to light up this dark night of the soul. If you're sick and can't move, if you're hospitalized, if you're within an inch of your life, which is coming, Tennille, it is coming. You are pushing yourself to that. You're not going to even see it or enjoy it. There is a big risk of life here for you. You're doing too much. You're not paying attention to your own sicknesses. And I'm going to point my finger at you like a mom. I'm scared for you. Let me read for Chris, and then I'll do Hillbilly. Chris, I'm going to use the Shaman's Dream, or I'm sorry, Ancestor Spirit. I don't know why I said Shaman's Dream. All right, cool. So we are going back to afternoon talk in 2 or 3 weeks. Jules, I use talk to text all the time, and I send voice text a lot, so I get it. The New England Dirt Roadie want a reading. NEDR, are you here? Jarvis, treat your body well. Exercise, meditate, and massage. Chris, nurture your whole self and look after your physical body. People often think they don't have enough time to take care of themselves, but it's about making the time so you have more energy for yourself and others. Start caring for your body better, your heart and your mind, to avoid tiredness or becoming disconnected from your spirit and your energy source. Enjoy a massage, sign up for yoga class, or add a suitable activity to your weekly or daily routine that will contribute to your wellness. Your muscles will benefit from exercise, and afterwards your energy will flow better and you will feel re-energized. So even if you can't do like crazy exercises, do what you can to make sure that you are staying healthy. There's a risk here. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming up, right? You don't want to end up back in the hospital. Please make sure you take care of yourself. I think this card, Chris, is just reminding you before you leave the hospital, like, take better care of yourself. Pay more attention to yourself. Love yourself like you would love your child, your wife, your best friend, like whoever's most important to you, your mom or dad, like whatever. You know, I don't know you personally, but you get the gist. Love yourself like you would love them. Oh, I just got a really sharp pain. Okay, I don't know what's going on, Chris. Something with your stomach area. I don't be careful. With this, I don't know what it's called, and I don't want to show my stomach, but like right below where my shirt ends, like right here, I'm getting like shooting pain, and it's not my pain, it's yours. And it's going up into my heart. All right. I hate when that happens. No drunken flying this weekend. He's locked in the basement. Yeah, I can feel it. Oh, man. This card may be a sign for you to learn massage, practice yoga, or engage in therapeutic activity. As you become healthier and more energized, you will be able to help others by passing on your know-how. If you already teach yoga or provide healing massage to others, this card is a confirmation that you're on the right track. Keep up the good work. Okay, so you may have someone who's going through something similar. You may think no right now, but you never know what's going to happen in the next few weeks. And you can like guide them with your experience. Definitely could take some time to teach others, to talk to others if asked. It's not that you're offering professional help, but I do feel like you do have a lot of value in something, and it's something to do with physical health. So maybe it's something you're going through that you see someone else like they're about to go through if they don't change their ways, or they're going through it too, but they're only in the beginning of it. Something like that. Okay. If you get a teachable moment, take it. Let's do KC. I'm using Moonology.
Wait. Do Porky next. That way you got Lotus and Porky with each other.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Harold, I'm going to use Magic of You. You're welcome, Chris. Just take care of you, please. I hate seeing you guys struggle and suffer. It's the weirdest thing because we're all so incredibly close. Like this big group of amazing people, but we can't actually physically help one another for the most part, right? And it is frustrating. All right, Sir Porky Pie. Let's see what's going on. You got card number 19, Naz, N-A-Z, feel loved and proud. So spiritual suffering here. This card represents the pride you feel from being loved. No matter what, you are cherished and you are essential. You will always be loved by the universe, by the God, goddess of your understanding, and by creation. Harold, you are loved. The maiden holds the bird, its head raised in confident pride in a crystal nest, her loving hands neither grasping nor yielding, a perfect balance of nourishing freedom. Rich hues of blue in her gown suffuse and anchor the energy of love in a deep sense of unconditional support. Whatever happens in the day-to-day ebb and flow of physical existence by virtue of your birth, you are loved, you are supported, you are wanted, you are a part of the universal expression of life, its greatest accomplishments, its greatest pride, its greatest joy. Feel proud of the fact that you are you, a living miracle. So sing your song. Harold, I feel like you're going through so much physically that you're forgetting to like live. It's like physical issues in the hospital, rest, work. I've spoken to Tennille about this before. It came up in your reading. The timeline isn't set of what's going to happen to you. It's going to be up to you. Are you going to take time for your wellness? This is life or death for you. You could pass away if you don't stop working the way that you work, if you don't stop pushing yourself. Harold, this is your team reminding you to love yourself enough to nurture yourself, to say, no, I cannot do that today. And I know that's hard because you own a business. You have to keep things running. And I know Tennille's sick over it because the things she has to do. You're going to have to get the company self-running. I don't know anything about business. I am not giving you advice. I'm just telling you what your team is telling me. You're going to have to get people in there to run it efficiently for you. You cannot go on the way that you are. You will not survive it. KC, Moonology. Those are hard messages to give. Multifaceted Jules, amen, girl. My life would have been a lot different, I can tell you that. KC, full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. At this point, your best bet is to be the bigger person in whatever situation is on your mind. If harsh words have been exchanged, this card comes with a gentle suggestion to diffuse the upset with some humor. The world is your oyster when you draw this card, but you need to find a balance between where you are and where you want to be. It may be that you need to do some more research before you move closer towards whatever it is you want. When you're manifesting, the journey of discovery can be as empowering as dreaming the big dream. Find a balance between saying what needs to be said and saying too much. One thing is for sure, having an open mind will serve you well now. Talk to people about your issues and get a view of the bigger picture. KC, I know that I am blessed and I love my life within that knowing. That is your manifestation affirmation. Yeah, I feel like you definitely, like, I hate the term be the bigger person because I feel like taking abuse and dealing with toxicity has no bearing on your vibration, right? It doesn't make you a better person because you're able to take more poop from people. I will say this, though, don't let it get you down. I feel like this person or these people, they're like very jealous. You are on this amazing path, this amazing journey. You do have some decisions to make coming up in the next couple of months where it's like, okay, you're going to consider others when you're making your decision, and that's perfectly fine. But remember, at the end of the day, Casey, it is your decision. Don't let anyone influence you and put the ego fear in your head, the edging God out fear, where you're like, oh, I may fail. Because I feel like you're going to enter into this very positively, like knowing you're going to succeed, you're going to win, you're going to gain whatever this is. Don't let the toxicity pull you backwards. You are a Pisces sun. It is very easy to get caught up in our feelings. The fact of the matter is, if you walk away and see the bigger picture, you're going to come out the winner anyway. This person or these people, whatever this toxic poop is, they don't even matter. Like at the end of the day, they have no bearing on the opportunities that are coming in for you. You got this. You are on this amazing path, this amazing journey. And I feel like there are going to be people who are jealous of that. You just have to shake them off. It's really hard, but please. All right, Blue Crossroads. I'm using Aether Creatures. We're going to be done early tonight, which is actually fine by me because, you know, I'm struggling. I could use some rest, some peace, quiet. Card number 75, I can't even pronounce this. The Neolikaharvi. The Neolikaharvi. Here it is, in the upright. When the Neolikaharvi appears, see the spelling? It's not even real letters. When the Neolikaharvi appear, I'm just going to call it the Neil. When the Neil appears right side up, don't enter into conflict at this time or in this situation. Do as the Neil does and be more laid back. Go with the flow and relax. Keeping the peace in this situation is important. There may be a time and a place to address a conflict directly or to unwillingly enter into a conflict, but that is not now. Keep control of your emotions. Keep control of your tongue. Meditate or journal. Be flexible and open to alternatives instead of rigid on any point or any perspective. Listen more than you talk. Get clear on what the conflict is actually about and actively put energy into resolving your side of the issue rather than involving the other person in this resolution. Look for solutions to the conflict on your own. Obviously, dealing with some conflict, Blue, coming in. I feel like it's just not that important to you, right? Like you're not going to argue the point. I feel like you might, though, the warning here is like you might want to argue just on principle because you know you're right, but you don't need to prove you're right? Like, you know that you're right. And I feel like getting involved in this conflict is just going to bring more toxicity into your life. Relax, sit back. You have enough going on. You're really moving forward spiritually. You're growing, evolving, vibrating higher. You're laid back. You're at peace. You're doing really well in your life right now. So of course, people are going to look at it. I just said it's KC. People are going to look at you, be jealous, and try to throw a wrench in the works. This could be someone from your past coming in to try to guilt trip and manipulate you into stopping, moving forward, make you think twice about it. Maybe you start procrastinating now because this person put a bug in your ear. No. Don't let that happen. You know you're right. So sit back in your rightness. You don't need to say anything. And if you did anything to cause the conflict, apologize and step away. If you have to, completely and totally ghost the people. Okay, Batmom, I got you. I will check it in a little bit. Guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for coming in. Have a great holiday weekend. Total rebrand. We're going to have members videos, members live streams. We're going to have Patreon bonuses. Guys, remember, I do sell readings. I sell video readings. I'm starting that back up again in 2 weeks. I love you guys tremendously. If you can donate and help me out, it would be amazing. If you can't, that's okay. I love you all. Reach out to one another. We are all here for one another. Ghost, I'm going to put my decks away, dress down, do 15, 20 minutes of yoga, and I'll hit you up. Maybe we can hop on the game. I do at least listen to it, but I'll respond. Usually at the end of these, I just go to bed. So that's usually why I don't answer. But I love you guys. Good night.